Until then, I can have Jagannathji's darshan here. Thank you, Reshma. That's Jagannatha, Baladeva, Subhadramaya, Sudarshanji. So in Bhagavad Pravaha, so far we have heard about the overview, and then how Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna himself, and then the whole Bhagavatam in 1 hour, the summary of Bhagavatam. And after that, the first canto, second canto, third canto, fourth canto, fifth canto. Now we are in fifth canto. So in the fifth canto, we were hearing about the Maharaj Priyavrata's descendants. We have heard about Priyavrata and his son Agnidra. After that, his son Nabhi, and then Rishabhadeva, and then Bharata Maharaj, 3 lives. All those descendants we have heard. And now we have been hearing about the description of the whole Brahmanda. Right? So in the last session, we have heard the overview of Brahmanda. We'll hear that again. So summarizing the last one is, our Brahmanda is a small Brahmanda. There are innumerable universes or Brahmandas that are coming from Mahavishnu. So what we are hearing is our Brahmanda, which is a small Brahmanda. Brahmanda or universe is, it's spherical. And this can be considered as a 14-storied building, because there are 14 planetary systems. And last time, what we have heard was more about the 7th flat. So we are located on the 7th floor. So there on the whole 7th floor is called Bhumandala, not just our Earth planet. The whole 7th floor has 7 islands. 7 islands separated by 7 oceans. And the center island is called Jambudvipa. That's the island that we have heard about the last time, in the last class. In that Jambudvipa, we have heard about the different Varshas, and we belong to Bharatavarsha. And Bharatavarsha has again 9 divisions, and we belong to the Bharatakanda, right? And Bharatakanda is the whole globe. Our Earth, the modern day science shows that Earth globe, right, with 5 continents and 7 continents and 5 oceans, that is, the whole thing is Bharatakanda. So that we have seen the last class. And today what we are going to hear is, again, if this is the first time you are hearing about the Brahmanda or universe, you may just hear it. Whatever goes in inside, goes in. Don't have to be stressed out. And for those who are inquisitive, curious, this is going to be more interesting. And if you are hearing this, if you already know a little bit of it and you are hearing it again, then it will reinforce. So what we are going to hear today is about the other 6 islands on the 7th floor, the 7th Bhumandala. We have heard the Bhumandala is 7 dvipas, 7 islands, right? So what are the other 6 islands? One thing we have heard Jambudvipa. What are the others? That we'll hear today. And also remember, we have heard if this is Bhumandala or Bhuloka. Bhumandala or Bhuloka is the same, the whole 7th planetary system. And in that, a little part is our Earth globe. Okay. So today we are going to hear the other 6 dvipas and the planetary systems above us. We are in Bhuloka, right? The next one is Bhuvarloka, Suraloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. These planets, we will hear a little bit about them. Below us, the other 6 floors below us are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. These are the names of the lower planetary systems. They are not hellish planets. These planets are called the lower planetary systems, They are also like heaven. They are called Bilasvarga. And these heavenly planets that we have heard from the last time, in the Bharata, the whole Jambudvipa and all these islands that we are going to hear, everything on the 7th floor, the Bhumandala, except our Bharatavarsha, all of them are called Bhusvarga. They are on Bhuloka, right? So they are also Swarga planets, but they are Bhusvarga. And these are lower planetary systems are Bilasvarga, and the upper planets, the planets that are present up there, Suraloka, where Indra and everybody stays, those are Surasvargas, because Indra is going to reside there. Indra resides there. So 3 kinds of Svargas are there. Above us, that is Surasvarga, and in our own planet, the Bhumandala is Bhusvarga, and the other planetary systems, lower planetary systems, they are Bilasvarga. Okay? So we will hear about these Vargas, the Surasvarga above, Bilasvarga below, and the 6 Dvipas that are present on this Bhumandala. This is what we're going to hear. Okay, so far I'm hoping it is clear, but once we see these PowerPoints, I'm hoping it will be more clear to you. Before going into the 7 planets and 7 planetary systems, 7 islands in our Bhuloka, we want to hear this one beautiful prayer of Hanumanji. We have heard all these prayers of Jambudvipa Vasis last time, but one prayer we want to hear, that is from Hanumanji. And then we will come to this, the path of Ganga. This also we didn't hear last time. So we'll come to this. But before that, the beautiful prayer of Hanumanji. Yes, please. Where is Hanumanji residing? What is that Varsha? Can you recall? Kim Purusha Varsha. Just above our Bharata Varsha is Kim Purusha Varsha. That's where Hanumanji is residing, here. Kim Purusha Varsha. Really looking for the...
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Oh, you're not able to see? Oh, okay. Thank you. Glad you said that, Prabhu. Okay. I was just seeing that myself. Okay. Are you able to now? Not yet.
Not yet.
Kim Purusha Varsha is hiding from us. And by the way, you know what? All these Varshas are present, but we can't see them. Only they can see us, because they are all very subtle.
Yeah, we can see now, Mataji.
The slides, right, Prabhu? You can see the slides, yes.
Yes, Mataji, slides.
Yeah, but in reality, it's very fascinating to know that they are present but are not visible to us. They can see us, but we can't see them. This is a huge, vast subject matter, but we'll just touch only the outline in Bhagavata Pravaha. Okay. Lord Hanumanji and the prayer of Lord Hanumanji, please, waiting for it. This is Prahlad Maharaj. Yeah. Yes. This is beautiful prayer of Hanumanji. This one. Lord Hanumanji is praying to Lord Ram. He's saying, Yattat vishuddhanubhavamatramekam swatejasha dvashta guna vyavastam pratyak prashantam sudiyopalambhanam he anamarupam niraham prapadye. Hanumanji is saying, Yattat vishuddha anubhava matram ekam. Shuddha is goodness. Vishuddha is pure goodness. Vishuddha Sattva, Shuddha Sattva is pure goodness. Only those, only those, Vishuddha, whoever is in that pure goodness, Anubhava Matramekam, only they can experience you. Anubhava means experiencing, perceiving, experiencing. So, O Lord Ramachandra, whoever is in Shuddha, Vishuddha Sattva, they will experience you. They can experience you. Swatejasa dvashta gunam vyavastam. This is so beautiful, dear devotees. Swatejasa, with your internal potency, dvashta gunam vyavastam. Dvashta, you dismantle guna, the modes, vyavastam, the network. So you dismantle the modes with your internal energy. This is so beautiful because we are entangled in the guna vyavastha, in the network of modes. We are entangled in the network of modes. And how is this? How can we get detangled from here? When these gunas are dismantled, it's like this. We are trapped. We are trapped inside the modes. That is our paristhiti, our situation. And Hanumanji is saying, Swatejasa dvashta guna vyavastam. So how can I get out of this entangled, strong, sticky material modes? Swatejasa, only your tejasa, with your internal energy. When your internal energy, Swatejasa, falls upon this entangled modes, network of modes, dvashta, it gets dismantled. Does that happen to us every day? This is Harinama. Harinama is Lord Hari himself with his internal energy. This is how Harinama dvashta guna vyavastam. This is Cheto Tarpanamachan. All the impurities on the chitta are being cleansed away. Dvashta guna vyavastam means all the gunas are dismantled. How is that happening? Because of Swatejasa, because of the internal potency that is present in the Lord. This is the Nama Tattva, Bhagavat Tattva and Nama Tattva. So when we understand that we are really trapped here, and when we are trapped, we can only call out. We cannot speculate. Whatever our thought is and everything is under this trapped network. We can only simply call out. Call out. So the Swatejasa can dismantle our modes. That's why Srila Prabhupada said, Harinama is just crying of the child. When the child is caught up inside, what would the child do? Child, what can the child do? If it is thinking, okay, I'll break this bars open like this, and maybe I'll look for the keys around, and I'll somehow try to escape here. It's a child. And this is Durga. Durga is formidable, unescapable prison. If a child is thinking, okay, I have my plans, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that, etc. So, child, we know that doesn't work, right? But when the child cries for the mother, then the mother is outside, and then she can just open the prison and then just get the child like that. So Harinam is like that. Swatejasa dvashta guna vyavastam. This is Hanumanji saying, Pratyak, you are not visible to our material eyes. Prashantam, you are unagitated by material modes. And Sudiyo Palambanam, Sudiyo again, for who are in, Sudiyo is pure consciousness or Krishna consciousness or Krishna bhavana. When somebody is filled with Krishna bhavana, only then upalambanam, you are obtainable. So this is beautifully describing how the Lord can just dismantle the gunas with his internal energy, and how he is obtainable with the change in the consciousness, with the Krishna bhavana, Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So all that we do in bhakti is for the consciousness to be Krishnaized. And He Anama Rupam Niraham Prapadye. He Anama Rupam. You don't have any material namas, material names, and material rupam, form. You are spiritual. You have spiritual rupam, spiritual form. It means you are a spiritual substance. For an adhyatmika vastu, the rupa, guna, lila, everything is the same for adhyatmika vastu. For a material vastu, the body is different, the name is different. Yeah. So you don't have any material name or material form. You are adhyatmika vastu. Niraham prapadye. I want to put my aham aside. Nir aham, without aham karoti. Aham karoti, doership, proprietorship, enjoyment. This is a package deal. Wherever there is a doership, there is proprietorship and there is enjoyment. This package deal is called ahamkara. So I'm going to put that package deal aside. Niraham, prapatti. I will take the prapatti of you. So this is a beautiful shloka that I will just mention that. Yeah. So with that beautiful prayer of Hanumanji, Swatejasa Advashta Guna Vyavastam. Now we will see rest of the subject matter is, dear devotees. It's all more like an information thing. It's more like an information. We are looking to see some relishment of bhakti, and that's why we have to discuss the prayer of Hanumanji. Now, coming to the second topic of descent of Ganga. What's the path of Ganga? Ganga, origin of Ganga is the casual ocean. If you have seen the picture of Mahavishnu, all the universes are coming out from Mahavishnu, right? He's lying down in the casual ocean, right? So that casual ocean is the origin of Ganga. How did that casual ocean outside the Brahmanda enter inside the Brahmanda? What happened is, that's Vamana Deva. Vamana Deva, when he asked for 3 steps from Bali Maharaj, with the second step, Vamana is short, dwarf. Vamana became, Upendra is the brother of Vamana. He became a huge, Vamana became Trivikrama. Yeah, he have occupied, right? Trivikrama. As Trivikrama, the second step, he pierced the Brahmanda. He was inside the Brahmanda and pierced the Brahmanda like that. When he pierced the Brahmanda, all the casual ocean that is present there entered into the universe. This is the diagram of that universe. The descent of Ganga. See, this is the one. So this is the casual ocean pierced into the universe. And as we see more pictures, it will be clear, dear devotees. So you may just gather the information as the session goes. It comes down. Ganga descends down. The place between the Brahmanda, where it just got descended into Brahmanda, and this is Dhruvaloka. Okay, by the way, you will, to understand where we are, this is the Bhumandala that we are talking about. Bhumandala or Bhuloka, this is the 7th floor that we are talking about. Okay, and we are somewhere here in the Jambudvipa. Yeah, actually here, because our portion of Ganga name is Chakshu. So we are somewhere here. So this is the seventh floor, seventh planetary system, Bhuloka, and we are here. And this is Meru Parvata or Sumeru. Okay. Above this Bhuloka is Bhuvarloka and then Suraloka. We'll come to the details of that soon. After that Suraloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, they are there. Okay. So that Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, they are here above Dhruvaloka. Okay. So from the piers, from the layers of Brahmanda, Ganga came inside the Brahmanda and then crossed the Satyaloka, Maharjana, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, these planets, and entered the Dhruvaloka. So this portion of Ganga is called Vishnupadi. And the same Ganga descends down. And this specific place here, from Dhruvaloka up until the moon here, this is all Suraloka. These are the Sura Swargas. This is Suraloka. And so here Ganga comes down through celestial planes and then falls onto the top of Mount Meru. If you remember from the last time, on the top of Mount Meru, in the center is Manovati, the city of Brahma. There it gets divided into 4 divisions and floats down to the 4 sides of Sumeru Parvata from each, on each side. And we are on this side. After this, Ganga is going into the lower planets. See, this is our Bhumandala or Bhuloka. And now it is going down to this Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Tala, Tala, Rasatala, Mahatala planets. Those are the lower planets. Okay. And here, when it is passing through, after on this Bhuloka here, remember the Himalayas are here, and then the Bharatavarsha starts. So the Ganga that we see in India, that is starting, the Himalayas, there are greater Himalayas there. And after that, it enters into the Bharata Khanda at the Haridwar. So at this place, greater Himalayas and then Haridwar. So this is the path of Ganga. That's why it's called Vishnupadi, because it's touched by the lotus feet of the Lord. And again, these are the same pictures that we have seen in the past. That's all from these slides about Ganga. And now coming to the, we have all discussed about all Jambudvipa, other Varshas. We have finished this from the last time. And now coming to the other 7 Dvipas that are present. Yeah, these slides. These are beautiful slides if we can understand, but please don't be intimidated or threatened by them. What they're showing here is, say, this is the Brahma Anda, right? So big universal shell. When it is cut here, cross section, that's what we are seeing here. And when we are hearing that the 7th floor, right? The Bhu Mandala, this is all the Bhu Mandala. This is the 7th floor. This is the 7th floor. So far, we have discussed about this little piece here in the center. See, look at this one. I hope you can see it. And more zooming will come anyway. So this was Meru Parvata, and this was Jambudvipa. This is all we have covered so far. These are the other 6 islands. 9, 7, 5, other 6 islands. And oceans. And above this, these are the upper planetary systems, starting from here. And lower planetary systems are here. We will know about that too. Okay. More pictures coming up. The rest of the session will be like this only, just zooming and trying to understand what this Brahmanda is. This is closer view. This is a beautiful one. See, this is the 7th floor that we are in. In this 14-storied building of Brahmanda, we are residing in the 7th floor. So the whole thing is a 7th floor. This is the eggshell, the Brahmanda, Brahma Anda, universal egg, the outer portion. Yeah, coming from the center. This is Meru Parvata. We have heard about Jambu Dvipa. And we are here in the Bharatavarsha, in the very center. And around the Jambu Dvipa is the salt water. Okay. Now let's see the different names of these dvipas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Including Jambu Dvipa 7. So let's see the names of those dvipas. Now there is information about the sun. It will be a lot for Bhagavata Pravaha. So the sun, you see the sun here? Sun is present in the outermost island. This is called Pushkara Dvipa, the brown thing here in the outermost. And here the sun is present. And he will be revolving, going around the whole Bhumandala like this. So the Bhumandala is, the whole thing is a stationary disc-like thing. It's not exactly a disc, more like a little cone, but it's stationary. Only the sun is moving. So sun is here. More details coming. Here the names are given. So this is the good time to know the names of the islands and the oceans in between. So somebody please confirm, are you able to see it, or do we need to zoom a little more?
Yes, Mother. Possible to do.
Say that again, Prabhu.
Yeah, if possible, you can do.
Are you able to see?
Yeah, we are able to see.
Okay, very good, very good. So again, more slides will come anyway. So this is Jambu Dvipa. In the little blue color thing is the salt water there, yeah, around Jambu Dvipa. And the green thing, so the blue thing is Jambu Dvipa. The white color there is the salt water. And next green color is the second island called Plakshadvipa. Around Plakshadvipa is sugarcane juice, the white circle again. And around that is the third island, which is called Shalimala Dvipa. Okay. And around that Dvipa, this white circle is liquor. And when we say liquor, we think of this liquor that is present, that is available in the stores here on the earth. But that's not the liquor. This is Surapana. That's the Sanskrit word. And it's not the alcohol thing. Surapana is very sweet. And a little comparison is, it is so sweet that it can make us so drowsy. It's like, the gulab jamun syrup. If you just drink gulab jamun syrup, a little bit of it, it's so concentrated as sugar, then we just feel drowsy. Like that. So this is Surapana. The ocean around this is Surapana. And the Dvipa around this is Kushadvipa, the purple one. And around Kushadvipa is ghee, the ocean of ghee. And around ocean of ghee is Kraunchadvipa. And around that is the milk ocean. Yeah. And it's not like milk, not very thick milk, like it, but a diluted milk thing. But it's nevertheless, this is the milk ocean. And after that is Shakadvipa. Shakadvipa, and around that is yogurt ocean. And the last one is Pushkaradvipa. Do you remember, dear devotees? Brahma. Brahma is not worshipped anywhere in his deity form. That was the Shapa he got from Brugumani. Yeah. So that's why his deity is not present everywhere, anywhere for worship on our earth globe. But in one place, Pushkar, there Brahma's deity is worshipped. This is the Pushkara Dvipa. Okay. So when Brahma has to come down from Satyaloka to this Bhuloka, the 7th floor. So when he has to come from the 14th floor to the 7th floor and has to stay, Then this is more like his palace or bungalows. This Pushkara Dvipa. He comes and stays here when he comes to Bhumandala. Okay, and in this Pushkara Dvipa, there are big mountains called Manasottara mountains. On top of these Manasottara mountains, the sun god goes on his chariot. So Bhumi, we are located somewhere here. The sun is here. Okay, and outside of this Pushkara Dvipa is sweet drinking water. Like more pure water. Yeah, like that. And here there are the abodes of the demigods. Vibhavari is the residence of moon god and residence of Indra. Devadama, residence of Varuna, Nimlocha, like that. And I think the south is residence of Yama. So those are the 7 Dvipas, 7 islands, just in a nutshell. Okay, and the next one, for those who are seeing this for the first time, will be like, what? But if you have an idea of the subject matter, this is a very important and beautiful slide. In this, the half of the 5th canto is present in this slide. All that we are discussing, right, about the Bhumandala is all present in this beautiful slide. We'll get to this. I think this is more helpful. At least you'll get an overview as we go further. Let me check. Yeah, so these are the slides. All right. The rest of it will be too much to understand. About the sun, movements of the sun will be too much for an overview outline. Just some information is the chariot of the sun is driven by his charioteer, Aruna. So sun is going in his chariot on the Manasottara mountains. We have heard, right? So that a little bit of information. And this we have already discussed. The same thing they're trying to depict in different pictures. We don't have to go through this. Not needed. Will be too much. Now, yeah, I think now we can come to this picture. These 2 are beautiful ones. If we get a little grasp of these 2 pictures, we are good enough for the last half of the 5th canto. We are good. Mission accomplished. Purpose served. If we get a grasp of these 2 pictures. So this is Brahmanda, dear devotees. This is Brahmanda. Okay. Right now, what we are seeing is, so far we have seen this cross-sectional view. When it is cut into half, and when we see from the top, that's cross-sectional view. That's what we have seen. Now it's a longitudinal view. When, like Kira, the Kira, when you cut that into half, it's round. But when you cut the Kira long way, then that's the longitudinal view. So now the Brahmanda cut in the long way. That's why, imagine this is Kira or the Brahmanda cut in the long way. So that's the view that we are seeing now. After giving a little information about these 2 slides, I will just pause and see if you understood this vertical view. And did you understand the cross-sectional view so far? At least a little bit, an outline, the Jambudvipa, the whole cross-sectional view. What we have seen is the 7th floor. In 7th floor, the 6 islands and 6 oceans. That's what we have seen so far. And there was Meru Parvata in between. That part we understood, right? Now we are coming to the vertical view. So in the vertical view, so this is Brahmanda, dear devotees. These are the layers of Brahmanda. How to explain this? So our Bhuloka is Jambudvipa. The whole thing here, this is Bhumandala or Bhuloka. It is a little bit in a cone shape, not exactly disc shape, but cone shape. Okay. So this is the 7th floor. The whole thing that we are seeing here is the 7th floor. Okay. this part here is the seventh floor. The top of this that we are seeing is the seventh floor. And the other floors here are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. Like digging underground. So these are like underground planets. These are the lower planetary systems. Our Jambudvipa is present here at the very top. So you can consider this, the topmost portion, as the seventh floor. And as we dig down, the underground portions are the other planetary, lower planetary systems. Like that, these are the lower planetary systems. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, all of them are underground till Patala. And below those, these are called Vilasvargas, right? Lower planetary systems. Below the lower planetary systems are the hellish planets. They are present here, located here. So lower planetary systems are not hellish planets. They are very opulent, like Swarga. But below the lower planetary systems are hellish planets. And the whole thing here is now carried over on the hood of Anantasesha. And that's what we see here. Okay. And this is all Garbhodaka ocean. So if this is the seventh floor here, these are the underground planets. And after that are the hellish planets. Everything beneath is water, Garbhodaka ocean. Everything above is an empty space, sky. Okay. So if this is the seventh floor here, then what are the other floors up there? Bhuloka is the seventh floor. The top of this cone is the seventh floor. Then comes, after Bhuloka comes Bhuvarloka. Between the Bhuloka and Bhuvarloka, there is a place called Antariksha. Antariksha is a place where Bhutas, Pishachas, Kinnaras, Bhutas, Pishachas, Yakshas, all those creatures, they stay in Antariksha. Above the Antariksha is the sun. And this part here, just above the seventh floor, just above the seventh floor, if you draw a line like that, above that, consider that as Antariksha. Okay, like that part. And after Antariksha is the sun. Okay, and sun, Rahu and Ketu are there. Above sun is the moon. Okay, and between the moon and Dhruvaloka here, this is Suraloka, or Surasvargas are here. Between the moon and the Dhruvaloka, this is called Suraloka. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suraloka. So Bhuloka, and after that is Antariksha. Then Bhuvarloka is occupied by the sun. And then immediately moon comes. From the moon to the Dhruvaloka is all Suraloka. All the Swargas are present here. So there, that's where all the stars are present. So the stars that we are seeing, that is all Suraloka. They are all part of Suraloka, Swarga. And those stars are considered as, beautiful mansions of the demigods. This is unlike the modern day science. Modern day science has its own version. How stars are suns are stars, how sun is the closest star. It's different. But according to the Vedic version, this is the Suraloka. And all the stars are like individual beautiful mansions. After that, nakshatras, then comes this Mercury, Venus, and there's no Earth there. We have in school, we have heard that Earth is one of the planets, revolves around the sun. That's different. Here, we already see the Earth is stationary here. So rest of the planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, all those, they are here after the nakshatras. And above them are Saptarishis. These Saptarishis, they change every manvantara. Okay. And then comes Dhruvaloka, whole star. Though it's the part of Brahmanda, it's not dissolved during dissolution. That's different thing. But this is the place. This is called Suraloka. From the moon till the Dhruvaloka. And above Dhruvaloka was Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, where Brahma is present in Satya. So these are the 14 planetary systems from here to here. And under the 14 planetary system is the water. And around this 14 planetary system is all air here. And what are these? These are mountains called big mountains, Loka mountains. They are present from the Bhumandala, so high up until, you see here, Dhruvaloka. So they are covering the Swarga also. These are Loka mountains. And outside of this mountain, it's all dark because sun is here and the light cannot pass through. And this is all dark here. Okay. And this is the universal structure. And now this is enclosed in all these layers. This is earth element. So a shell of earth. 10 times thicker than that is shell of water, layer of water. 10 times thicker than the layer of water is fire. 10 times more than that layer of water is air. Like that it goes on. 10 times more than that layer of air is ether. And then false ego 10 times more. And then 10 times more to that is Mahatattva. By that time it is 100,000 or whatever. These are the thickest. See how the layers are getting thicker. Yeah? This is the overview of the whole Brahmanda. And the same thing is said in this picture. By this time, you will get a little more, a better idea. This is more like a revision now. I think by this, we have almost covered everything. So we'll go over this slide. Same thing, yeah, Brahmanda coming from. This is earth, water. See, 1 time, 10 times. So this will be 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times. Mind, layer of mind is 100,000 times thicker. A layer of intelligence is 1,000 times. And the layer of false ego is whatever, right? So many layers of thick. The Panchamahabhutas and the subtle layers. Remember, dear devotees, where are we? This is all over us. Where are we? Shall we see where we are? This is the Meru Parvata. And this is the 7th floor here, Bhumandala. We are present somewhere here in the Bharatavarsha. A little speck somewhere here in the Bharatavarsha. Yeah. And these are the lower planetary systems. Atala, Vitala, Tala, Atala, Rasatala, Mahatala. This is all Garbhodaka ocean. And from here, you know, the Bhuvarloka is the sun here. And then this is the moon. From the moon to Dhruvaloka, this is all Swarga. See, it's written here, Swargaloka. I'm not talking about the measurements here. Even the measurements are also given here. Mind-boggling. Yojanas, million yojanas, 3,800. Very precise measurements are given. Just to say that it is scientific, not fictional. Yeah, very scientific. In the book called Bhugola Varnanam and also in Surya Siddhanta, all this detailed science is present. So this is all Swargaloka up until Dhruvaloka. Then Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, and the layers of Brahmanda. Okay. That's, I think, is good enough. just for the completion's sake, since the slide is here, a little information about Shishumara planets. We have already heard about it, but if there's a picture, then we can go through. Shishumara is the constellation, the whole planetary system. To make it easy, this is what they're trying to say. This is Shishumara planetary system. The whole thing starting from here. See the nakshatras just above the moon, right? This is moon here. From the moon till Dhruvaloka is Suraloka. That we have heard, right? What they are saying is the whole thing here is Shishumara planetary systems in the shape of a dolphin, where the dolphin has these stars, the constellation of the stars, and these planets, and these Saptarishis. So this part is called Shishumara planetary system. If you hear that anywhere, this is what they're talking about. Here they just depicted in the form of lines, but when a yogi sits and then meditates, he would be able to see in the vision as a dolphin. And that's why it is called Shishumara. I see like this. So when the yogi meditates, see the stars here, and then the planets, the planetary systems, they go by like that, Saptarishis and pole star like that. Just to have an idea, that's called Shishumara planetary system. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and now we're coming to the end of this chapter, this canto. Some information about the glories of Lord Ananta. Lord Ananta, he is residing below the Patala. So he is carrying the whole Brahmanda, right? He's literally, he's actually present just beneath the Patala. So he's carrying everything above the Patala up until the Satyaloka. So that's Ananta. And this Bhumandala appears just like a white mustard seed on the hood of Ananta. So it's more like he's carrying the Bhumandala, not just the whole universe, because Ananta is present inside the universe, the Garbhodaka ocean, right? There, like here, I'll show you. See this one, Ananta is here, it's still within the universe, right? So this is the Bhuloka present, right? So it is said that this Bhuloka appears as a mustard seed on the hood of Ananta. Of course, the planetary, lower planetary systems are also present because they are underground. So that's Anantadeva. From the eyebrows, the brocade of Anantadeva, the Rudras come when it's time for destruction. At the end of the day of Brahma, there is partial destruction. And at the end of the life of Brahma, the whole Brahmanda is recycled. At the end of the day of Brahma, only up until Suraloka is destroyed. The Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, everything above the Dhruvaloka, they are still in place in partial devastation. So this is about Sankarshana, Lord Shiva meditating on Sankarshana or Anantadeva. That's all, dear devotees, about this Brahmanda. And the final ones, the hellish planets. The chapter, the information that has changed many people, inspired many people to take up the process of bhakti. This is the information about the hellish planets. The near-death experiences, if you have heard, then that information coincides with this information in Bhagavata. So these hellish planets, now by this time we know, right? These hellish planets are located underneath the Patala, underneath the Bilasvarga. So Sukadev Goswami is explaining to Maharaj Parikshit about all this. And now Parikshit Maharaj was asking, is interested about more information about the hellish planets, please. This reminds us of Mother Devahuti's question to Kapila Deva. After Kapila Deva explained the whole thing, Mother Devahuti says, okay, can you please tell all the toils and miseries that a jiva goes through, starting from the womb in the mother? Why did she ask that question? So somebody may realize how painful all this life and birth cycle is. It's better to get out of this life and birth cycle. Let me take up this process that can come out of this karma cycle. So somebody may get inspired and think like that. That's why Mother Devahuti acts like that to Kapila Muni, to Lord Kapila. So Sukadeva Goswami, he is asking more information about the hellish planets. So we can know and be positively inspired to avoid them. So more information about the hellish planets are given. The details are present in the Bhagavata. Only the names are given here, and different kinds of punishments. They are one punishment. We'll just hear about one punishment, and the rest of the punishments we can see in Bhagavatam, very detailed ones. So these are the 28 hellish planetary systems that are present beneath the Patala. Tamishra, Amdatamishra, Raurava, Maharaurava, Kumbhipaka. Okay, Kumbhipaka is, this is Kumbhipaka here, where the souls who sinful people are given special bodies. Again, these human bodies, this cannot tolerate that kind of torture. So after leaving this body, after death, they are awarded a material body with a specific combination where it can feel the pain, but does not fall unconscious. With that material body, the soul goes through all these hellish experiences to learn a lesson, and to repent and not to commit the sins again. Those are the punishments. That's the reason for that. So in Kumbhipaka, these souls that have committed sins, they are put in hot oil, like deep fry. That's just one hell. And that's the torture that we could just understand a little bit. Hot oil, boiling oil, they are fried in that. The rest of the hells, they have their own kinds of pains, methods of incurring the pain. So that's all in 28 planetary systems. Okay. And now the whole thing in summary. Okay. We have heard about, I think this is the last slide. Yeah, 26. The thank you slide has come. Yes, the thank you one. This is the last slide. So this is the description, dear devotees, about the Brahmanda. About the Brahmanda. So what did we accomplish hearing about this Brahmanda? What use did we have? What purpose did it serve? Yeah, let's be here. This is Brahmanda, right? Okay. So in the very beginning, even before we started to discuss the subject matter, we have talked about this. Yes, this is all informative, yeah, but it is when everything in the Bhagavatam is supposed to cause transformation. How is this causing transformation? The whole subject matter, yeah. Yes, this Brahmanda is there. So many thick layers are there. 1,000, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, 100 million. These are the thick layers of Brahmanda, right? And we are located inside these thickest layers of Brahmanda. Inside that are these Loka mountains Outside of it is very dark. Inside that Loka mountains, this is a cross-sectional view. So we are inside this Durga. This Durga is informidable. Huh? And inside this Loka mountains, in this 14 planetary, 14 floor building, we are here in the 7th floor. Somewhere here as a speck of dust. That is Bharatavarsha. Somewhere here, like a little dot. In that Bharatavarsha, there are 9 khandas. And in that 9th khanda, we are on one khanda. That is Bharata Khanda. Bharata Khanda is all the 5 oceans and 7 planets put together. And in one of those continents, yeah. So 7 continents and 5 oceans put together is Bharata Khanda, the Earth globe that we know. In that Earth globe, in one of the countries, India, US, or wherever it is, and there we are, in that country, in one of the states, one of the cities, in one of the cities, one of the towns, in one of the towns, one of the neighborhoods. In one of those neighborhoods, a little dust particle of house, and that's where our position is. We have heard Mama Maya Duratyaya, right? How big is this Brahmanda? And Swatejasa Dvashta Gunavyavastam. So this is the Gunavyavastha, physical Gunavyavastha that we are embedded in. Our mind, our mental mind and intelligence and ahankara, look at the thick layers, millions and millions of thick layers. Beneath these layers, beneath these Panchamahabhutas, in this space, somewhere in here, we are trapped like that. Literally trapped like that, with so much of piles over us. This is the position of Jiva Tattva. Trapped in the Maya Tattva like this. And how can this Jiva Tattva can come out of this trapped Maya Tattva? Swatejasa Dvashta Gunavyavastha. When Swatejasa, when the Bhagavat Tattva, with the power and effulgence of Bhagavat Tattva or Nama Tattva, which is given to Jiva Tattva, right? So that Nama Tattva dismantles the whole Guna Vyavastha and then liberates this Jiva that is trapped. So the Jiva can make its home back to Godhead. So that's the Nama Tattva. That is Bhagavat Tattva. That's why we are so much dependent on the Bhagavat Tattva, Nama Tattva. There's no way out. We are ourselves embedded, a teeny particle embedded in this Brahmanda. Do we have the capacity to dismantle it? Go out on our own accord? This layer of mind and intelligence itself is trapping. So with what can we get liberated when the mind and intelligence is trapping? And that's why, this position is like this. In the dark well, we are trapped in a dark well. So how can we come out of the dark well? There is nothing. We cannot come out. The well is so deep and nothing is visible. How can we come out? Then somebody throws a rope from above and says, hey, this rope, you just hold it and I will pull you up. That's the only way one can come out of this dark well of Brahmanda. So that rope that is dropped to us from above is like from the spiritual realm. The rope that is dropped to us so we can hold is the rope of bhakti. Rupa Goswami, he sings that beautiful prayer. Oh Lord, please Upa Mayam Mama Hastam Bhakti Rastum. So please give me that rope of bhakti. Please place that rope of bhakti in my hands, because I am stuck in this dark pit of ignorance, which is called samsara, and I am like a snake filled with the poison of lust. Yeah, and you are Ajita, conqueror, and you are merciful, and you are very expert in rescuing the trappers, right? So that's why I'm calling out to you, my Lord. Give me that rope. Upanayam Mama Hastam Bhakti Rasum. So give me that rope of bhakti so I can hold on to it, please. So you may pull the rope up from above. That's Rupa Goswami's prayer in Stavavali. Our position is like that. The only hope that we have is the rope of bhakti that is dropped down by our Gurujana. They are up there in the spiritual realm. We don't have the capacity to climb up the rope. No, all we can do is just hold it, hang in there, hold it tight day and night, and they will pull us up. So that rope is the shelter, is the process of bhakti, harinama, shelter. That's the rope that we hold on to. And this is why all these devatas present in this Bhutala Swargas, from all these varshas, they are what? They live about 10,000 years and they have strength of 10,000 elephants. And what are they waiting for? What is their prayer? We have heard that, right? Their prayer. We will end this katha with that beautiful prayer. Then we can cherish the gift that is given to us. That prayer, please. This is after, Bharatavarsha. Yes, Bharatavarsha, please. There you go. That's it. That will be our final slide. So all those devatas, remember in this Brahmanda, there are 3 kinds of swargas, right? In the Sura Swargas, what are they waiting for? In the Bhutala Swargas, where are they waiting to go to? Yeah. And in the Bilaswargas. Bilaswarga is out of question. They are so much intoxicated in the material illusion that only the Sudarshan Chakra can kill them. They are beyond rescue. But these devatas, what are they looking for? What is their prayer? Their prayer is this. And dear devotees, only Bharatavarsha is the karma bhumi. In the whole Brahmanda that we have heard, 14 planetary systems are there. Suraloka, all the above planets above us, they are just enjoying their good karma for some time. And after their garland fades away, they have to come to karma bhumi. That is Bharatavarsha. Here also in Bhuloka, Bhutala Swargas, they are 10,000 years. Yes, they are residing there. But after that last year of pregnancy in the females and the last year of those lifespan, they have to come to a karma bhumi, Bharatavarsha again. So Bharatavarsha, this is the significance of Bharatavarsha, of whole Brahmanda that we have heard, not the Swargas, upper planetary systems, not the Sura Swargas, not the Bhutala Swargas, and not the Bila Swargas. It is the Jambudvipa. And in the Jambudvipa, it is the Bharatavarsha, specifically the Bharatavarsha. That's the karma bhumi. Why like that? Because only in Bharatavarsha, you have an opportunity to wash off your karma if it's bad karma, and to accumulate good karma if you want good karma. In the rest of the places in the universe, either you're just experiencing your karma. In the heavenly planets, you are experiencing good karma. In the animal kingdom, you are experiencing bad karma. But there is no additional karma added to those jivas. No additional bad karma or additional good karma added to those jivas. They have to wait until they take birth in this Bharatavarsha for the additional karma to add up. Either good karma or bad karma. Yeah. For good karma to go into the heavenly planets. And if they end up bad karma, then if they end up doing bad karma, they'll go to the animal species. But the special thing about this Karma Bhumi Bharatavarsha is not only an opportunity to make good or bad karma, but the only opportunity, the only place that has this opportunity to get out of this karma cycle, out of this Brahmanda, trap of Brahmanda, by taking up the process of Bhakti Yoga. That is possible only in the birth or taken in the Bharatavarsha. Okay, 8,400,000 species are there. Okay, animals are also there on the Bharatavarsha. So which body is suitable to make the move from this Brahmanda to outside the Brahmanda? What are these heavenly demigods are saying? It's a human body. Human body. The human body that we have, this is the suitable body. Because it doesn't give too much of pleasure or too much of pain. Very suitable to think of spiritual matters. Not so much in pain, unconscious and cannot call out to the Lord, and not so much of sukham, happiness, that they forget the Lord. So that's why the jiva has more possibility of calling out to the Lord in this body. This is why Durlabham Manusha Janma. This human body is meant for this purpose, to get out of this Brahmanda. Nobody in the Brahmanda gets this opportunity anywhere in the Brahmanda, in any other body. Only in the human body. That they can get out of this karma cycle, out of this Brahmanda. And how can they get out of this Brahmanda? Vaikunta Kadha Sudha Bhaga. By hearing the transcendental topics of Vaikunta, the transcendental realm. And Sadhavo Bhagavata Sadashrayaha. By taking shelter of these sadhus who took the shelter of Bhagavan, by taking the shelter of the Sharanagata Bhaktas, Ashraya, by hearing the topics of Krishna Katha and Yatra Yajnesha Makama Utsava, celebrating, cherishing the glories of the Lord Hari in the festivals. By following this process of Bhakti Yoga, we can go back to the spiritual realm. So now we look at ourselves. We are in the right place. Though the Brahmanda is so big, yes, we may be trapped. And yes, we may be so very insignificant. And yes, there are the heavenly planets and those beings are enjoying so much, yes, but that's only to come to an end. And they are looking to get into this human body in this Bharatavarsha. And we are in that human body. And we are in that location, Bharatavarsha. And we are in the Bharatakanda of Bharatavarsha. And we are given this Vaikunta Katha Sudha Bhaga. And Srila Prabhupada, our Acharyas, and our Gurujana, the Sadhavas, who are Ashraya, who took the Ashraya of the Bhagavan, they have given us this Bhakti Lata Bija. And that's the Bhakti that we are practicing every day. That's the Seva that we are engaged in. That's the Nama that we are engaged in. So, this Bhakti is like a visa, and taking Ashraya of the Sharanagata Bhaktas is like a passport. And the way to back home, back to Godhead, is to humbly chant and humbly serve. So this is the rope of bhakti that is pulling us out of the Brahmanda. And we are that fortunate human beings in this human body. Though it's of a short life, as the demigods are saying, they can be elevated to Krishna consciousness. So that's about the whole later half of the fifth canto, dear devotees. And as a nutshell summary thing, we have heard about the information of the Brahmanda. The Brahmanda, all layers of Brahmanda, and within those layers, the 14 planetary systems. We have heard about the Suralokas, about our Bhuloka or Bhumandala, and we have heard about the other islands present around the Jambudvipa. We have also heard about the lower planetary systems and the hellish planets that are present below the lower planetary systems. We have heard a little bit about the sun and the location of the moon, Dhruvaloka, Suraloka, and Loka mountains that surround the whole Bhumandala up until the Swargaloka. So that's the information we have heard. And the application, the transformation part is, we are the spiritual beings from the spiritual realm, got trapped in this material network. And way back home, back to Godhead, is by catching hold of the rope that is dropped to us, who are stuck in this deep, dark material ocean. So holding that rope of bhakti, then we are taken out of this Brahmanda and put into the spiritual realm, the Vaikuntha Goloka, by Vaikuntha Katha, and taking ashraya of the Sharanagata Bhaktas, humbly chanting and humbly serving. That's all, dear devotees. That's the end of the fifth canto. That's all from my side. I'm going to pause, and any questions or so,